Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Thinking Thursday, 25th of February. My name is Karen. I'm here with Get Moving. Get Moving is here to help people with mobility issues to get some good, solid exercise. So welcome back. We're here every day between Tuesday and Friday. So, 4 days there, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And today is Thinking Thursday. So that means that we're going to be using our brains as much as we can to help improve our bodies as much as we can. Exercise is fantastic. You will never get me to stop saying that exercise is good for us in so many different ways. It really is top notch. But there are better ways of doing it and not so good ways of doing it. Any exercise is good. So if you're given the choice, anything is good. But if we can get our brain engaged, if we can think about what we're doing, if we can plan what we're doing, if we can really get our brain behind it, then we will get so much more out of it. And that's what we practice on Thinking Thursdays. We practice thinking and getting our brains behind the moves we're going to do. So we're not just going to go through the motions today. We're going to do all the exercises, all the ones you know and love. Oh, yes, all of them. We're going to do all the exercises you know and love, but we're going to change something. We're going to do them all twice. We're going to do the first time and we're going to assess ourselves, think about what we're doing and how we're doing it, think about our strengths and weaknesses. And the second time, we're going to change something. The simplest things to change, I find, are either the speed, the size, or the complexity of the move. And I'm going to let you decide which changes you are going to make, because like I say all the time, we are all unique. I don't know what your personal strengths and weaknesses are. Don't rely on me. I'm just a glorified PE teacher. I know nothing. I'm just stuck here in my garage all bloody day. So don't rely on me. Goodness me. Anyone who relies on me is making some very poor life decisions. Okay, say that right up front now. So I want you to think about it. You decide what your strengths and weaknesses are. I want you to think, plan ahead, whether you're going to change the speed of the move, the size of the move, or the complexity of the move. Okay? And then you're going to change it, and you're going to see what happens. Because one of three things will happen. Okay? When we change one of those factors, either the move will improve, well done, or it'll get worse, not so good, or absolutely nothing will change whatsoever. It'll just be the same. But either way, whatever option we come up with, we're going to learn something from it. And when we learn something from it, we can improve the next time we do it. So this is a long-term view. We're not just going to think about right now, we're going to think about our future. We're going to plan way ahead in our future and make ourselves as good as we possibly can. Because, what else have we got to do these days, eh? So let's make ourselves absolutely bloody awesome. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I'm sure everyone who's here is about here now. So, like I said, we're going to do all the exercises, but we're going to do them twice. First time, I want you to think about what you're doing. Second time, change something. Each one, we're going to do 20 seconds of each exercise, okay? Nice and simple, but we're going to get the brain engaged as much as we can. And as always, in the comments below, let us know what does and what doesn't work. We can help each other. We can learn from each other. We can learn. You know what they say? The best way to learn is from our own mistakes. That's not quite true, I don't think. The best way to learn, I think, is to learn from somebody else's mistake. So let's just make all the mistakes, tell everyone else, share it amongst ourselves, and then we can learn from each other's mistakes. I think that's a much better way of learning. But that's just me. Anyway, enough rambling by me. Let's get things started, shall we? So we're going to start off with marching on the spot, like we always do. We know how to do this. If we're seated, we're going to sit tall and march up and down like so. Just get our legs moving. If we're standing, we're going to march up and down like so, getting our legs moving. Like I said, we're going to do them twice. But then you are going to change something. On round two, you're going to change something. Change the speed, change the size, or change the complexity of the move. You decide, and then away we go. So let's just check I've got my timer set. I do, 20 seconds. Okay, marching on the spot. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So marching away. So Thinking Thursday. Look at yourself. See how it feels. Check your balance. Check your strength. Check the size of the movement. Check how we are doing the move. See how it feels. See what we can change. And there we go. That's our 20 seconds. That's our time. So now I'm going to change the, what am I going to do? I'm going to change the complexity of the move. That's what I'm going to change, I think. Why not? I'm going to not just march on the spot, I'm going to march on the spot and move around a little bit. I'm going to change a bit of footwork. I'm going to make it a bit more complicated just to see what happens. But you can change the speed, size, or complexity. You decide. But we're going again, exactly the same thing, marching on the spot. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to do marching on the spot while doing some side steps. Why not? Okay, what's happening with me? So I can feel straight away I'm having to think a lot more about where my feet go because they are moving around the place. They're not just going up and down. I'm having to keep my balance a bit more. I'm having to think about where my feet are going. Can't talk as well. Time. So by changing complexity there, I know I have to think about my moves. What did you change? And what did you find out from doing that change? Let us know in the comments below, okay? Our next exercise, shoulder rolls, okay? Upper half of the body. So if you're seated or standing, the same thing. Roll the shoulders back or roll the arms back. All right, in 3, 2, 1, off we go again. So easier version, but if you can, bigger, harder version. But you assess yourself now. See how everything feels. Are you feeling stiff today? Are you feeling loose today? What? Assess how you're feeling compared to previous days and decide what you're going to change. So you change your speed, your complexity, or the size. I am going to go speed, I think. I'm going to go slower. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to spend a bit more time in this, okay, stretched back position there. I'm going to slow it down and spend more time reaching back. And I can feel straight away I am using a hell of a lot more of the muscles in my upper back there. Time. By going slower, I felt a lot more muscle work there. Again, what did you change? What did you feel? What did you learn? Let us know in the comments below. Knee bends. Excuse me. So, knee bends. If you're seated, kicking your feet out back and forth like so, bending and straightening your knees. If you are standing, kicking the heels back towards your butt like so. In 3, in 2, in 1, off you go. So, assess again. How do you feel? Do the knees ache? Are they stiff? Are they sore? What? You tell me. Well, actually, you can't tell me, can you? Because I can't hear a damn thing. But you tell yourself, at least, then. Okay? Is that a deal? Yeah, you tell yourself. Because, yeah, I'm on the other side of the camera. I can't hear anything. I'm stuck here by myself. So that's time. Round 2. Okay? Same thing again. What am I going to do? I'm written down on the board here. What I'm going to do? I'm going to change the... Oh, my God. Okay, I'm going to change the complexity. I'm going to do it twice. Okay? I'm going to do a double kick back like that. But you change the speed, the size, the complexity of the move. You change it in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So, yep, I had a feeling of this. But I'm changing the complexity. I'm doing a second time. And that second kick is significantly harder. I'm feeling a hell of a lot more in the muscles just by doing that second one there. And time. And God, I'm glad that's over with. That was actually really surprisingly hard work. So, Twisty Sarah's time. Okay then. Seated or standing, sitting tall. Twist your body one way, twist your body the other way. See how it goes. In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Twisting. Now again, see how it feels. Start thinking in your head. How are you going to do it different next time? Faster, slower, bigger, smaller, more or less complex? Again, I don't know what you're saying, so you're going to have to tell yourself this and decide for yourself. And there we go, time. Me, I'm going to make it a bit more complicated. I'm going to add a bit of arm work. As I twist, I'm going to reach with the other arm as well, okay? Are you ready? You decide what you're going to do. 3, 2, 1. Off we go, round 2. So I'm going to add a bit of arms. I'm going to add complexity to the move, and I can feel straight away this is actually making the move bigger for me as well. By using this extra arm twist, I am getting the chest further round. I can feel my stomach muscles working more, and I think that's a better move. I like that. That's good. I might do that more often. So double tap, knee raise. If you are seated, sit tall, don't slump. That knee comes up twice. 1, 2, and then down. Other side. 1, 2, and then down. Now, when you're doing it, as always, start thinking about how you're going to do it differently in round 2. Because as we know, round 2 is always better than round 1. It's a fact of the universe. If we're standing, though, a double tap is like so. Knee comes up twice. 1, 2, and then it goes down. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So don't forget, start thinking now. Thinking Thursday. What are you going to do differently next time to experiment and see if something goes better, because something goes worse, or doesn't make any difference whatsoever. But double taps for the moment, knees up, a double up there, and that is our time. So what have I written down here? I am going to change, the speed. I'm going to make this slower. I am. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the speed. What are you going to do? Write in the comments below. I won't see it because I've got terrible eyes. I can't actually see the writing there, but I'll read it afterwards. So just write in the comments below what you're going to do and let us know if it's any good. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I am going to, slow the speed down and pause at the top there for half a second. And I can feel again a lot more work in the muscles in both legs here, just by slowing it down. That one change has made this move significantly harder for me. So I am having to concentrate hard and not mess it up. And did I actually start the timer? I didn't. That's 20 seconds there. I'm good at this game, aren't I? I've been doing this all bloody year. I forget to switch the timer on. As you can tell, consummate professional. I have a badge that says I'm a professional. I am that good. I mean, it's over there somewhere. I've lost it, obviously. I'm not that good. But I have a professional badge. I obviously just forget to switch timers on, though. So, what I don't care. Don't argue with me. Goodness me. Don't blame me. I have a bad brain. What can I say? I'm useless. What can I say? Never mind. Moving on. I've lost my space now. Where we got up to? Side bends. Bendianas. See, this is what happens when I just talk. I lose my space. I forget to press buttons. I think I should just shut up. That's never going to happen, is it? No. Anyway, Bendianas. One arm goes down sideways, and then the other arm goes down sideways. If you can, the other arm comes up over the top, stretching sideways. Again, going to do it twice. Have a think about what you're going to do different the second time. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. I remember to press the button that time. You see, professional. That's what they call me. Professional Karen. Yep, that's my nickname, that is. That's what they call out to me. When I'm walking down the street, they shout out Professional Karen to me. They do. Well, they shout out something. I think I'm saying it's Professional Karen anyway. Anyway, that's the time there. What are you going to do? What are you going to do differently? I'm going to do a bit. Oh God, I can't even talk now. I'm going to change the speed again. I'm going to go a bit slower and try and make it bigger as well. I'm going to do a slow, big move. That's what I'm going to change. I'm going to change 2 things. God, call me a rebel. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm going to go a bit slower and a bit further. So, okay, I can really feel a big stretch along the outside there, spending a bit more time and going further over to one side and then the other. So I'm changing the speed and the size of the move. And that I can feel a hell of a lot more on the outside side as I go over. There we go. Excuse me. What's next? Squats and sit stands, legs, everyone's favorite. I read the comments. I get letters. I don't get emails, strange enough. I get letters. So people know where I live and they just send me a letter and postcards. That's like back in the old days. Remember back when you did postcards and letters? I get them. And people say, gosh, Karen, squats and sit stands are the favorite exercise. Please do more. And I go, no, they've got to stay in their place. but we're going to do them now. So if you're seated, tuck your feet, get the weight on your feet there, stand tall and under control. You're going to sit back down, touch down, and repeat as often as you can while thinking about what you're doing. Because we're going to change things, remember, always going to try and make things better. If we're standing, no seat, obviously, just going to squat down, good strong legs, and stand back up again. And we do whatever we can do while thinking about it for 20 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So a sit down and a stand up. Now, as you're doing it, as always, think about what you're going to do differently. Are you going to go faster or slower? Are you going to make it bigger or smaller? Or are you going to make it simpler or more complicated? What are you going to do differently next time? And that's our time there. So me, get my brain engaged again. So I'm going to make it more complicated. I'm going to add a little sidestep in, I think. As always, in the comments below, let us know what you're going to do differently. I'm curious. I'm a curious chap. That's another thing they call me. As I walk down the street, people go, you're a curious chap, you are. And I go, yeah, that's a compliment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's very kind. Anyway, enough of that. Squats, are you ready for round 2? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm going to do a sidestep and make it a bit more complicated. Just adding a bit of movement into the move. So it's more movement. I don't know what you're doing, so let me know. Give me something to do while I'm stuck in my garage. Give me a little hovel. There we go. Time. And we're getting good here. So tightrope walking is next. Tightrope walking or ankle mobility. If you are seated, you're going to get your ankles moving. So bend and straighten your ankles like so. I want you to get your heel to touch the floor, and then point your toes, get the toes to touch the floor, and then heel, toes. As much of a movement out of that ankle as you can manage. Of course, if we're standing, it's balance time. It is tightrope walking time. So if your balance a bit iffy, as always, along a wall, along the side of a table, back of a sofa, something like that for balance, just in case if you need. But feet wide is easier. Feet narrow is harder. You're going to walk along an imaginary tightrope on the floor. Imagine there's that line painted on the floor. Walk along that line, heel toe, with me. Off we go. So we're keeping our balance. We're challenging our balance. Obviously, we're making things difficult. My job is not to make life easy for you. Exact opposite. My job is to make life as difficult and stressful and no, it's not actually. But I'm trying to give you hard work, obviously. And now, once I've run a room, going backwards, the same thing. Toes, heels. Walking away, keeping your balance. Use your arms to help you keep your balance if you need or want. I certainly do. So do that if you want. But again, as always, thinking about the move, thinking about what you're doing, think about your strengths and your weaknesses. And that's it. Okay, round 2, I'm going to make this a bit more complicated. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm going to do this sideways because I haven't done this sideways all year. So I'm going to I'm going to make it a bit more complicated. I'm going to go on that tightrope, but sideways. See how it feels. So 3, 2, 1, away we go. So I'm doing it sideways. A little cross over my feet. Again, I'm walking along that tightrope still, but in a different way. I've got some real complexity in this move. I'm having to do this little crosswalk thing. Now, it's easier on my balance, this is, but the dexterity is hard. I have to really concentrate on the fine motor control of my feet and legs. And the same thing, back the other way. Off you go. So this is making it easier on my balance, but the fine motor skills of my legs and feet are being challenged here. So it's changing the exercise into something completely different, actually. I never thought of that. And this is the beauty of Thinking Thursday. We try stuff out. There we go. Stuff that we dreamt up while eating cheese at night. And we give it a go and we see what happens. Who knows what happens? That's the beauty of cheese. Your dreams are interesting. Moving on. Fast feet. Okay, let me get my timer. Fast feet. Okay, 10 seconds only. All that speed. 100%. That's the only thing you're going to change. Speed. And by change it, I mean you're going to go fast. So if you are seated, I want you to run on the spot. Your feet are going to come up and down. Running on the spot like so. It's all about making it as fast as you can. No excuse, just faster. If we're standing, same thing. Running on the spot, but fast. Like so. We're going to do 2 rounds again. Second round, faster. Simple as. Are you ready? In 3, in 2, in 1. Off we go. Running on the spot. Keeping the feet moving nice and quick. Now, it doesn't matter if you're faster or slower than me, as long as it is as fast as you can do it. So you ask yourself now, how can you make that faster? I don't know. Give it a go. Let's find out, shall we? Get yourself going in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Nice and quick. Quick feet. Up and down. And time. And our last one. I'm just going to get my timer back again. Change it back to 20 seconds. Final 3 rounds. 3 rounds of 20 seconds each. Shadow boxing. Seated or standing, makes no difference. Get out of breath, fists up, punching high, punching low, punching hard and fast. Okay? 3 rounds. And of course, if you're standing, the same thing. Punching away nicely. In 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Punching away. So the whole point here is to get nicely out of breath. So arms and chest, and if you can, feet are moving. That's it. Nearly there. Time. Excuse me. That is round 1. So, to be honest with you, to make this more interesting, we can do any of the things. We can make it faster. We can make the moves bigger. We can make them more complicated. All of them are going to make them harder. So you decide which one you're going to do first. I am going to make it faster. I'm going to try faster punches, okay? Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm going to try quicker punches here. By moving my arms quicker, trying to catch my imaginary opponent before they can see what's going on. I'm moving my arms quicker and I'm working harder. Time. Okay, guess what? 3rd and final round. Now I'm going to make this more complicated. I am going to deliberately change the height of my targets every single time. I'm never going to punch in the same place twice. I'm going to keep the target moving. Make it a bit more complicated. And you decide what you're going to do. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to go nice and quick and change my targets as often as I can. And nice quick punches, but at different targets. So high, low, high, really low, and time. There we go. And that, boys and girls, is our Thinking Thursday. And me going slightly mad as well. Thinking Thursday, as always, is about us not just clocking in, clocking out, and just going through the motions, just doing the same thing always. It is trying different stuff, expanding our minds, experimenting with things, getting to know our bodies as well as possible, knowing if we change one thing, whether it makes it better or worse. If we change something else, if it makes it better or worse. I say this a lot and I mean it because I have no idea about you. I'm just staring at a phone here. I have no bloody clue who you are or what you're dealing with. Only you know that. So don't rely on me. Don't rely on other people. Trust yourself. Learn your body. Learn what it can do. Learn what it's good at. Learn what it's not so good at. And learn how we can improve things by just changing one thing here, changing one thing there, and seeing what happens. Experiment. It's really good fun. It really is. So give it a go. And as always, let us know in the comments below what did and didn't work for you. Because like I said, we can learn from our own mistakes. That's fantastic. But I would much rather learn from somebody else's mistakes. So every time we cock up or something, let us know down below. And the rest of us can, well, we can laugh at, for number one. That's always a good laugh. You know, we all need a good laugh. But also we can learn from it and not make those mistakes ourselves. So that is my thought for the day. Thought for Thinking Thursday. Let us know how it goes, and we'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be Fitness Friday. Gonna get you out of breath. And then it's the weekend. Woohoo! Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you much, boys and girls. Bye-bye.